Hi, welcome back to Stories at Work, a series where I've been sharing stories to help you build your story bank. Today's story is a proof that almost in all languages, the 6 most powerful words are, "Let me tell you a story." And stories are not only memorable, but they travel. And this one traveled a lot. I read this story in Paul Smith's book, Lead with a Story. He talks about a story that his ex-colleague, Jason Zoller, who went on to become the Director of Consumer and Market Knowledge in Proctor and Gamble, shares. And Zoller was not someone who was part of the story. He had heard this story from his professor in college. The story is about a bunch of college students who were assigned a project with the local district judge. The brief from the judge was, can you look at the entire jury deliberation process and see whether any improvements can be made? They were loving this project. This was such a noble thing to do, work on the judicial system. And so they went ahead and took each of the cases done in the last 2 years and then met everyone involved, the jurors, the judges, the people in the courtroom, etc. And they asked every type of question they could think of. How many were male jurors, female jurors? How many were whites? How many were dark? How many were ethnic? How many were old? How many were young? How long did they spend? Did they work in the evenings? What kind of instructions were they given? What kind of food were they given to eat? And they tried to see if any of that had a bearing in the judicial system and in the justice given. And they found that none of them changed anything. What did was something very strange. It was the shape of the jury table. So the jurors met to do their deliberations in a room, and sometimes the table was either round or oval, or sometimes rectangular. Now, when the table was rectangular, they saw that whoever was sitting at the head of the table, and it need not have been the jury foreman, dominated the conversation. In fact, so much that many of the jurors did not find it encouraging enough to speak. Whereas when it was round or oval, everyone deliberated and perhaps there was more robust decision making. They were excited at this finding, not only because they thought this was a critical one, and two, it was easily implementable. You could always change all the tables to round or oval. With this, they went and presented with a lot of hope that they had really made a difference. The judge was excited too, but what came as a surprise is the pronouncement the judge made. He gave an order to all the courts in his jurisdiction that they should take out all the round and oval tables and replace them with rectangular tables. Yes, you heard that right. The students were obviously aghast because they thought that what they had tried to do was get the system to be better, and now they had unwittingly got the system to be worse. Why did that happen? That's because the objective of the judge was very different. When the judge said that look at the jury deliberation system and see if you can make it better, what he was working with is how can you make it shorter, because he had a huge backlog of case files and he wanted to get them out of the door as fast as he could. What a powerful story. Where can you use this story? You can use the story to show that when you do anything, when you do a project, you should be very, very clear about the objective of the project. Here clearly, just a few English words can be interpreted in 2 ways. The judge interpreted making the deliberation system better as being faster. The students interpreted making the deliberation system better as making it more robust. And so understanding the objective is something you need to do right up in front. I hope you enjoyed the story. You can find all these stories and more on our YouTube channel. Do subscribe. You can also join the Telegram group where you can download these stories and share them with your team or your colleagues. Thanks for watching.